Welcome to EJH British Cars. Well, I was at the Velocity International races last weekend at Sears Point Raceway, or Sonoma Raceway as it's now called. I saw a group of cars and they called themselves Ragtime Racers, and they're all pre-World War I cars. Several were built as race cars. I think some have been built along the way, but there's a lot of National brand, which was a fairly new name to me, but the National brand owner was one of the people that helped to build the Indianapolis Motor Speedway because their plant was fairly close. There were also several Model T specials that, basically the driveline of a Model T that was built into a race car. And it was just really interesting stuff. And these guys were all dressed up like they would have been in the day. So it was pretty fun to watch. They took them out and ran them around the track at Sears Point, and they weren't really racing them, but they were driving them pretty quick, so that was fun. A lot of the cars actually takes two people to drive. There's a driver and a on-car mechanic, I believe they call it, and he has to do part of the driving, pumping oil and bringing gasoline up and all this kinds of mechanical things that weren't automatic back then. Anyway, so I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry the video is a little shaky because I was just using a handheld camera. I didn't have my GoPro with me, but it should be all right.
Here's all the vintage race cars at rest. Quite a few of these are Nationals, which is a company that was based in Indianapolis. With the red car behind those two gentlemen is a Duesenberg. The yellow card is based on a Ford Model T. Lexington, familiar with that. Hudson, or blue car, and another car based on a Model T, I believe. Here's another National. Getting a little bit of love and affection. Like they drop the oil out of it. A Paul Scott Racer.
Like it's just taking on a tour somewhere, right? Right. Well, and I drive it on the street.
Another Ford Racer.
Motorcycles, and then they actually put the automobiles on them, which was very detrimental to the tracks. The cars were too heavy, and the boards would fly apart, nails would be flying apart, all kinds of things.
But that suited the 11-year-old me if I was back then, because evidently I heard the guys would pop their heads into the track while there was a missing board to get a better look, and then duck as they came by.
Exactly, it's all kinds of shenanigans that were going on. But fairground racing, of course, most fairgrounds had horse track racing tracks, and it was easily adapted to race automobiles. A lot of the larger parts that you'll see out here, like the big Nationals and the Packard and those. Most of those
auto racing. I think that's actually pretty apropos, because you'd have to be pretty brave to go full cupped into this.
Because they did talk about how the passengers.
Some passengers won't do the car. And that was because
Testing up, see how it's going to run today and how it's going to act.
And what's the suspension like? I mean, obviously everything's rudimentary, but it looks as though you're getting a fairly decent ride.
Yeah, there are
Oh, he's wheeling.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can have them out there a little bit, but some of these cars do have shock absorbers. Most of them do have shocks for a friction type shock. It's plate that's actually adjustable for tension, so you don't get so much bouncing around. But most of them need spring.
And how was qualifying practice laps out here on Sonoma Raceway for you?
Not so great. I mean, I like driving the number 9 car because it's a competitive car.
Got his tire.
Experimenting with some tires that have, it's been a failed experiment.
Gotta try to learn, right?
Yeah, exactly. Go back to the original. It's the best.
And how's the track? What parts are really showing off the car?
It needs to be, yeah, it's a great track. Wonderful.
How is the event? Is this your first year of it?
My wife and Leslie, very good.
Well, have a wonderful time out there on the track.
Thank you.
All right, Johnny, these guys are starting up their cars, so I'm going to head back up to you in a bit.
Yeah, you be careful out there.
So I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. I really liked that little yellow Ford Racer. It was really sliding around on the turn 11 there. It doesn't look like they're going very fast, but on those tires that are about 3 inches wide, they were really moving. That guy in that little Ford was drifting that thing pretty good. Anyway, so just a little bit of something different. I don't suppose there's really anything English there except for me, but I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.